Yo, what's going on, guys? GZTV back with another video, and in this video we are going to be reviewing the brand new surprise drop album from Earl Sweatshirt and the Alchemist-VOIR. I think it's like VOIR. I think that's how you say that. It's like French, I believe, for something. I'm not sure what it means. But yeah, I've never heard of the site they dropped it on. It's a very interesting rollout, very interesting marketing strategy. I kind of thought they were gonna have like a rollout to it, but there really wasn't much. They just explained that they were going to be playing the album somewhere, and then yeah, they dropped it before that even happened. And I kind of wish this was a more hyped release. This is a legendary duo. This holds maybe not as much weight as like a MF Doom like Mad Lib thing, Mad Villainy. It doesn't hold that much weight, but this is a really big collab. Earl Sweatshirt and the Alchemist. This is something we've been waiting for. These two have worked together very extensively throughout their careers, and they've dropped some pretty solid music. So, yeah. So every single has its own art. I like that. I think that's really cool. I can't see the track lengths on the site. There's a couple of problems with it. I kind of want them to drop it on multiple or different platforms, streaming platforms moving forward. But let's just get into the album review. We'll go track by track, and then I can kind of explain some things. So going track by track, this probably isn't a video I'm going to edit too much. I just kind of want to get it out to you guys. I don't really have a whole lot of time to edit. But we have track 1, which is 100 High Street. I love these kicking drums in the background. And Earl Sweatshirt comes on the track, kind of pause. He kind of has like those some rap songs flows going back to kind of that experimental. I mean, 6 still had kind of that experimental vibe to it, but I think he really fully returned to that, and how fitting to work with the Alchemist and to do that. I think the Alchemist should have, I don't know, man. I think this collab album should have came sooner. This is something we've been waiting for forever. Maybe not mainstream hip-hop fans. This isn't, if you're looking at this video, obviously some of you guys don't even know who the fuck these people are, but yeah, very casual production, but overall pretty good song, pretty solid way to open up the album as we move into track 2, Vince Scully, which I think is a baseball player. I love like the aesthetic of the website. It's all like black and white with these cool like animations and drawings and stuff. And yeah, there's a lot of cool things coming on the website. You can like FaceTime them. There's gonna be like signed posters. You can buy physical copies. It's a really unique rollout, although it is kind of weird and kind of obscure. I don't know. But Vince Scully has an amazing beat. This is the one. I've listened to this, and I don't even think I needed to listen to much more of the album after this. I think this track is fantastic. Insane loop. Earl is absolutely sliding on this beat. Amazing flows. I mean, very good song. Vince Scully is definitely one of the highlights of the record. Next you have Century, which is actually the track they dropped on all streaming platforms. So they're probably planning on dropping the album either next week on streaming platforms, or at least in the next month. I would say they're dropping it on streaming. But yeah, they dropped Century with Mike. We got Mike on here. That's a really good duo. Him and Earl kind of share that same style, that same aesthetic, that same. Yeah, I mean, Mike draws a lot of inspiration from Earl. He's kind of like his protege, so I think it's really cool that those two are on this record together. It's a pretty casual listen. I mean, some of these tracks are kind of background noise. I do kind of get tired of the album throughout it. It's not perfect. It probably could have been thrown together a little better, curated a little better, but I want I want a lot of Earl rapping. I honestly, I don't even know if I care about features on here. I just want Earl rapping because I love his rhyme schemes, his cadences. They're amazing. It's some legendary stuff. So I like it. As much as like Mike is a really good artist, and I hope for success for him, I think Earl just rapping on this thing by himself is much needed. For having a feature on the album, I kind of expected more, and these two having a collab album, you don't even really expect a feature because it's supposed to be those two's artistic vision thrown into an album. I mean, you didn't see any features on Mad Villainy, and I'm going to keep kind of comparing this to that album because it is kind of similar. But track 4 is All the Small Things, some like oldies type of beat. I like it. I mean, it's solid enough. I mean, no other rapper can rap on beats like this. The versatility is absolutely insane from Earl. I mean, I don't hear rappers rap on beats like this that often, and you see it through his experimental albums. You see it on like Feats of Clay. You see it on some rap songs. You even see it on Sick. I mean, he brings something different to the table every time, and that is why his name has been around in like the rap community for so long. He's awesome. As we get into the next song, My Brother, The Wind, there's a fantastic transition going into this song. The beat is beautiful to open this up. I can't really say much about Earl on this track. I didn't really care for him on My Brother, The Wind. I was kind of just, what do you call it? Like, I was dazed by this amazing beat that we get from The Alchemist. And it was kind of funny. There was a nice little touch at the end where they were playing a song from Sick. I thought that was really cool. I don't remember which song it was, but yeah. Moving on to 27 Braids. I mean, The Alchemist somehow throughout this album impresses me with the production track by track, time and time again. There's not a single really disappointing beat on here. A very different direction every time. He samples different genres. I mean, it's awesome. And that's perfect for what Earl Sweatshirt kind of sets out to do in the music industry. So, really cool stuff for The Alchemist. There's a little more enthusiasm by Earl Sweatshirt here. He's a little more hyped up. And yeah, I probably shouldn't be hating on Earl Sweatshirt for having low energy because that's just kind of his rap. That's kind of like his style. That's what he goes for. But yeah, 27 Braids, really good beat. Mac Deuce, this sounds like something that would come from Alfredo, and I do believe that is the album that The Alchemist worked on with Freddie Gibbs. I think that's the one with The Alchemist. It could be Madlib, I don't remember. I'll have to look up Alfredo real quick. 1 second here. Yeah, The Alchemist. That makes sense. I mean, this might have even been produced during that era, which is interesting. I guess I gotta read the lyrics to really appreciate this album. You know, that's what I kind of came to a conclusion as I was listening to this. You know, if I would have read the lyrics and seen what Earl Sweatshirt was saying, this guy is a damn poet. You really have to pay attention to what he's saying to really get the gravity, just the magnitude of the track. You know. As we get into the final 4 tracks, we have Sirius Black. There's a nice Karl Anthony Towns line. I mean, I didn't know this man watched hoops like that. I'm not going to lie. I didn't know Earl Sweatshirt was well-versed like that in the basketball community. Pretty solid song, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, meh. I've heard better on this record. I've heard better from The Alchemist. I've heard better from Earl Sweatshirt, so we'll just leave it at that. Jeb. Very smooth beat, really nice track. Jeb is one of the better tracks on the record as well. It's pretty much up there with Vince Scully. Those are like my 2 favorites on first listen. And again, this review is first listen, so you do have to kind of take that in mind as you're watching this video. He's putting some vocal effort into it. I like that. And like some rap songs, that's why I love that album so much, and that's why it's one of my favorite Earl Sweatshirt albums, because he puts so much effort, he puts so much energy into his vocals on that album. So, yeah. Then we got Dead Zone. Sounds like some Dracula shit that you would see from the Bram Stoker's Dracula, which I actually reviewed on the channel earlier this week, funny enough. Kind of sounds like that. It's kind of got the West Coast vibe at the same time. It's got some interesting things kind of infused together. You could crip walk to this. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed with someone crip walking to this song. But Free the Ruler is the final track. This beat's absolutely majestic. I don't know though. Earl kind of sounds out of place on this song, which is kind of strange to say because he's an experimental artist. The rapping is cool though. He still has good lines and stuff like that. The unnecessary samples at the end of some of the songs, I'm just like, alright, just end the song, man. You know what I mean? Like, I know the songs are already short enough. Maybe they're trying to hit some filler. I'm not sure what's going on, but yeah, that's pretty much my track by track diagnosis, overview, whatever you want to call it. Let's get into like the generalities of the album. So kind of getting into like the generalities, like I said, like my general thoughts, like this is like the official review part of the album where I kind of wrap up the album and kind of sum up what I listened to. And I think, like, first thing I want to note, I think it would have been really cool to have someone like Tyler, the Creator, on this record. I don't know if they necessarily hinted at music coming out together, but I think it would have been super dope to have Tyler, the Creator, on this track, or on this album, not track. I don't know why. I just had that thought in my head. I don't know. The samples at the end of the songs are hella random, and you can say the same thing again about Mad Villainy, which I've been bringing up throughout the video. I don't know. Those kind of have like the Doctor Doom thing, and it ties into kind of the story. But this album, it seems kind of random. Maybe I have to go back re-listen to kind of understand what they're going for. I don't know. Some of the energy, I don't know. Every album for Earl, I feel like you kind of get the same type of vocal performances. He needs to experiment even more at times, I feel like, which is kind of crazy to say. It's very solid beats, but more energy on this thing. That's definitely a big talking point. If he just drops the instrumentals to the album, I know I can sit back and vibe to that. That would be a really smart move by them to do that. At least it's free. That's the thing you can say about this album. It's free. They don't seem to care about money. They seem to have, an artistic vision, and they care about hip hop. I think it's really cool that they're dropping it for free. They really appreciate what they're doing. Really classy album. It's got they're playing it at like a jazz center, and that makes sense because there's a lot of classic, elegant vibes to this album. I don't know. You're not gonna listen to this with your hat flipped to the side with a drop top, throwing up gang signs. This is a very sophisticated album. The loops are good. They can be bad as well. I mean, some of the loops aren't as good as others, so they get redundant as you're listening to them. That is a little bit of a flaw, but at the same time, the good loops kind of make up for that. I really like the website as well. Music Gala. I've never heard of this platform going into this, so I think it's cool that they kind of introduced that to the fans. In the final stretch of the album, I really like some of the flows on there. That was probably the better part of the album. Yeah, I'm not trying to open up Safari to listen to music, so maybe for better accessibility. I mean, I have Apple Music I pay for Apple Music, so if you want to drop it there, that would be great. I don't know how often I'm going to listen to the album just because what I have to do to re-listen to it. That sounds hella lazy, but yeah. And one thing I was thinking about, going to an Earl Sweatshirt concert, how awkward would that be? Let me know in the comments what that's like, because I don't know. You listen to his music, it doesn't seem like it's fit for a live setting. Maybe for people just seated in a theater. That's I don't know. Let me know your guys' experiences. Let me know your guys' thoughts. This is gonna be the last video of the day. I'm also gonna be streaming my Superstar episode on Twitch later tonight, so that'll be good. Then I'll actually stream for the first time since I've gotten here, a legit stream where I'm playing Madden. I'll probably do that from a little after 6 to 9 or 10 o'clock. We'll have to see how long I can stream, because I need to get that going. I mean, it's the weekend. I don't really have any homework to do today, so that's nice. But hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate all the support. We've been getting solid support. We had a really good stretch towards the end of the summer, so I appreciate everything from you guys. Tomorrow, Walking Dead review and the Superstar video. I'm out.